Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of British coin collecting. In this video, we'll explore the top 2 most valuable 2-pence coins ever struck in the United Kingdom. These coins, depending on their condition, mint marks, and specific years, can be worth far more than their face value. So, if you've got some old 2p coins lying around, stay tuned because they might just be hiding a fortune. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 2 new pence 1950, found in dirty or circulated condition. Now, at first glance, this may look like just another small denomination coin, especially if it's worn or discolored. But collectors know that sometimes the dirtiest and roughest looking pieces can hide a fascinating story, a touch of mystery, and in rare cases, surprising value at auctions. Today, we'll uncover the history, rarity, features, and collector demand for this particular coin, as well as how much it could realistically fetch in the market when sold in US dollars. To truly understand the significance of this coin, we need to take a step back in history. The United Kingdom officially introduced the decimal new pence coins in 1971 as part of the country's shift from the old pre-decimal system to the modern decimal currency we know today. However, the date 1950 stands out as puzzling because during that time, the UK had not yet adopted decimalisation. The currency in circulation was still based on pounds, shillings, and pence. That's why when collectors encounter a 1952 new pence coin, alarm bells ring. It's considered either a misstrike, a fantasy piece, or in many cases, a privately reproduced novelty item that slipped into circulation regardless of its controversial origins. This date stamped on a 2 new pence coin makes it highly unusual and certainly worth a second look. Visually, the 2 new pence coin typically features the iconic crown badge of the Prince of Wales with its motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. On the obverse, you'd expect to see the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, though many pieces dated 1950 show anomalies in design details due to questionable minting origins. What makes the dirty, circulated condition coin interesting is that its wear tells a story where it has travelled, how it was handled, and why it survived so long despite being unofficial or rare. The size, metal composition, and weight are generally in line with the copper-plated bronze issues of later years, but collectors prize the date misprint or irregularities far more than the shine or luster. When it comes to rarity, the 1952 new pence is not a coin you'll find in your everyday pocket change. In fact, most experienced numismatists consider it an oddity. Because official mint records do not support the existence of such a coin in that year, its presence in any collection sparks curiosity. Collectors chase after these unusual issues not necessarily for their intrinsic metal value, but for their rarity, historical confusion, and the thrill of owning something that shouldn't exist. Now, in dirty or damaged condition, the demand is understandably lower compared to a pristine or proof-like coin. But here's the catch. Since very few of these have surfaced in any condition, even worn or corroded examples still attract buyers at auctions. The rarity factor outweighs the cosmetic flaws, meaning even the dirtiest specimen has collector appeal. So, how much is a 1952 new pence in dirty condition worth? Market values can vary greatly depending on provenance, demand at the time, and overall authenticity. On average, if listed at a reputable auction, a dirty or heavily circulated example might range from $631,000, depending on bidding wars and collector interest. Some reported sales of better preserved or uniquely struck examples have exceeded $324,000, but these are exceptional cases. It's important to stress that not every buyer will pay top dollar for a dirty coin, but the historical oddity and mystery surrounding the 1950 date keep values higher than one might expect for a common copper coin. If you happen to own or stumble across a coin like this, here are a few tips. First, resist the urge to clean it, as cleaning often reduces its value dramatically. Collectors prefer natural patina and originality over artificial shine. Second, have the coin authenticated if possible. Many fakes and replicas exist, and authentication not only increases value but also builds trust with potential buyers. Third, if selling, consider established auction houses or online marketplaces that specialize in rare or error coins. For buyers, patience is key. These coins are elusive, so don't rush into overpaying. Compare auction results, look for provenance, and be mindful that condition affects price, but rarity always keeps it in demand. In conclusion, The United Kingdom's 1952 new pence coin, especially in dirty or circulated condition, remains a fascinating conversation piece in the numismatic community. Its odd date makes it stand out as a rarity, its features intrigue both casual and serious collectors, and its market value ranging from tens to even a few $100s proves that even small copper coins can carry big stories and surprising worth. Next up, the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1999 in bad condition. At first glance, a worn-out coin from the late 1990s may not seem special, but every coin tells a story, and collectors are often drawn to pieces for their historical significance, production details, and demand in the market. While the 1999 2 pence is not one of the scarcest coins in British numismatics, understanding its place in coin collecting, especially when found in circulated or damaged condition, can help collectors know what to expect in terms of value and investment potential. The 2 pence coin was first introduced in 1971 during the decimalisation of British currency, when the country shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal system. The 2 pence coin, often referred to as 2p, was struck in bronze until 1992, after which the Royal Mint transitioned to a copper-plated steel composition due to rising costs of production. By 1999, this change was well established, and millions of 2 pence coins were struck for circulation with Queen Elizabeth II's fourth portrait by Ian Rank-Broadley on the obverse. This design marked a new era for UK coinage, with a more realistic and modern portrayal of the Queen, making it distinct from earlier 2p issues. The 1999 2 pence coin carries the familiar design of the badge of the Prince of Wales on the reverse, featuring a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, along with the motto ICHDN, meaning I serve. This design had been standard on 2p coins since decimalisation. The obverse, as mentioned, features the Rank-Broadley portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which is sharper and more lifelike than earlier versions. The coin is made of copper-plated steel, which gives it a slightly different magnetic property compared to the earlier bronze coins. Over time, especially in circulation, these coins tend to lose their shine, and many develop scratches, discoloration, or rust spots due to their steel core being exposed when the plating wears off. In terms of rarity, the 1999 2 pence coin is not considered scarce. Tens of millions were produced, making it a common date in the series. However, collectors sometimes seek coins from the 1990s in high grades, particularly uncirculated or proof strikes, as these are harder to find now. When it comes to bad condition coins, such as those with heavy wear, scratches, corrosion, or dirt, their collector appeal is significantly lower. That being said, there is still some minor interest in such coins from beginner collectors or individuals assembling a complete date run of 2 pence pieces. For seasoned collectors, however, a damaged 1999 2 pence is usually seen as a face value coin rather than a rarity. Now, let's talk about the market value. A 1999 2 pence in bad or circulated condition is generally worth its face value of 2p in the UK, which converts to about 2 to 3 cents in US dollars. On online auction sites such as eBay, these coins may sometimes sell for a small premium, especially if sold in bulk or as part of a mixed lot of old coins, where they can fetch anywhere from $622,000 depending on the number of coins included. However, for a single coin in poor condition, the value is not significant. In contrast, if you had a 1999 2 pence in brilliant uncirculated condition or as part of a proof set, its value could be a few dollars to collectors who appreciate pristine examples. But specifically in damaged or dirty condition, its financial value is very modest. If you're a collector, it's important to understand that coins from the late 20th century like the 1999 2 pence hold more sentimental and historical value than high monetary value when in poor condition. However, they are excellent for learning about coin grading, identifying minting materials, and understanding how circulation affects a coin's appearance. Beginners may choose to keep such coins as part of a date collection, while advanced collectors should aim to upgrade to higher quality examples. If you come across a damaged coin, it is best not to attempt cleaning it, as cleaning can further reduce any collectible value. Instead, keep it as it is or use it as a learning piece while focusing on finding better preserved examples through dealers, auctions, or coin fairs. In conclusion, the 1999 2 pence coin in bad condition is not a rare or highly valuable piece in the coin market. Its history lies in the period of Queen Elizabeth II's reign during the modernisation of UK coinage, and its design remains a classic symbol of British currency. While its market value is very low in worn or dirty condition, usually just a few cents, it still plays a role for beginner collectors who enjoy piecing together a complete collection. For serious numismatists, however, the real interest lies in higher-grade coins and special editions. Remember, coin collecting isn't always about high monetary returns, it's also about the stories, designs, and heritage that every coin carries. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more coin deep dives, and drop a comment if you've ever found a 1999 1 penny in your change. Tell us the condition and where you found it.